preacher's floor. The candles shook, the rafters cried when he walked back in from the other side. He had black dust under both his eyes, and a mouth full of truth and a heart full of knives. The town said, Lord, that man should be dead, but he only grinned and bowed his head. They buried him low by the sinner's tree with a rusted chain and no mercy. But the grave split wide when the storm rolled in, and he came back wearing unforgiven skin. There's blood on the chapel door, fire on the floor. The man they killed ain't dead no more. He came for the liars, he came for the score. Hell started praying at the blood on the chapel door. The judge was hiding in a bottle of gin. The sheriff's hand shook under his skin. The choir ran when the windows cracked, and the devil himself took one step back. He said, I ain't here for a holy fight. I'm here for the truth that you buried that night. You sold my name for a handful of gold. Now I've come back for the soul you sold. The thunder hit, the lanterns died, and the sinners moaned open wide. The outlaw laughed as the heavens roared, with blood still drying on the chapel door. There's blood on the chapel door, fire on the floor. The man they killed ain't dead no more. He came for the liars, he came for the score. Hell started praying at the blood on the chapel door. I heard them sing while they dug my grave. I heard them lie while they called it faith. But a man don't stay buried when the truth is still breathing. And I got a sermon tonight that even the devil believes in. Raise no hymn, ring no bell. I walked through death, and I brought back hell. Chapel door, the smoke in the rafters, sin in the rain, a black coat, preacher screaming his name. He came for the liars, he came for the score, and heaven went silent at the blood on the chapel door. So lock up the church when the red moon climbs, and don't make a deal with a dead man's time. If the floor starts shaking, you'll know what for. There's blood on the chapel door. held the rope from preacher's twine underneath a blood-red sign. The hangman stood with shaking hands while the outlaw smiled across the sand. He had a scar from a bullet's kiss and a name that lived on a devil's list. The crowd went cold when he raised his head, like a man who'd already made peace with the dead. They said, "Any last words before you swing?" He said, "Tell hell I ain't wearing its ring." Then the sky cracked wide and the church bells cursed when the hangman dropped down and prayed first. The hangman prayed first. When the black robe burned, the dead dust rose, and the whole town learned, you don't bury fire, you don't chain the cursed. When the outlaw left, the hangman prayed first. The rope snapped hard like a thunderbone, and he hit the ground like judgment stone. The sheriff ran with a silver gun, but the outlaw stood where shadows run. He said, "I was sold for a rich man's lie, left for the buzzards and the desert sky. Now I'm back with a debt to claim, and I brought a little hellfire wearing my name." The moon went black, the lanterns failed, the sinners screamed and the righteous paled. And somewhere deep where the demons thirst, the devil heard that hangman pray first. The hangman prayed first. When the black robe burned, the dead dust rose, and the whole town learned, you don't bury fire, you don't chain the cursed. When the outlaw left, the hangman prayed first. I ain't afraid of rope, I ain't afraid of flame. I've had death call me brother, and hell speak my name. But when a guilty man prays, he don't pray to be saved, he prays the thing he buried don't climb out of the grave. I came from dirt, I came from thirst, I saw fear kneel when the hangman prayed first. Bible full of bullets, a soul that wouldn't hurt. You don't bury fire, you don't chain the cursed. When the outlaw rose, the hangman prayed first. So when the rope starts swaying and the red moon comes down, don't stand too close to that judgment ground. With a silver cross gone black with the rust. 3 dead kings on a wanted wall, and his shadow stood 10 feet tall. He had a scar with a fire kissed, and a gun wrapped tight in a preacher's fist. No one moved, no one breathed, when he smiled like a man who had already seen grief. They said the devil marked his name with blood and smoke and a hanging flame. But the devil turned cold when the church bell rang, and the dead man laughed like a thunderclap sang. He wore a graveyard crown with hell at his feet. He burned every curse that tried to bury him deep. He don't bow, he don't break, he don't kneel to the ground. Even death stepped back from the man with the graveyard crown. He rode through fire on a black bone mare with a Bible verse and the devil's stare. The sheriff said, "Son, this is where you fall." He said, "I've been lower than this town's law." The moon went red, the whiskey spilled, the piano died and the whole room chilled. He put one hand on the barroom rail and said, "I brought back fire from the belly of hell." The gamblers prayed, the cowards ran, the preacher shook with a trembling hand. But the outlaw stood where the lanterns drowned, and the devil feared that graveyard crown. He wore a graveyard crown with hell at his feet. He burned every curse that tried to bury him deep. He don't bow, he don't break, he don't kneel to the ground. Even death stepped back from the man with the graveyard crown. I was hung by the law, burned by the righteous, buried by men who swore I was done. But the dirt couldn't hold me, the fire couldn't own me, and the devil learned my name the hard way. I came back mean, I came back loud, I came back wearing a graveyard crown. from the man with the graveyard crown. He was smoke in the chapel, a howl in the flame, a bullet in the Bible, a curse with no shame. He don't bow, he don't break, he don't kneel to the ground. Even hell looked away from the man with the graveyard crown. When the last bell rings in a ghost town street, and the dust starts crawling up from beneath, you'll hear those boots come beating down. The last outlaw with a graveyard crown. Swung from a cottonwood limb, and the whole West lied about killing him. His mama buried a Bible deep where the coyotes howl and the sinners sleep. She said, son, don't trust no holy hand. You come from the bloodline of the damned. They hunted his name through dust and flame, but every grave called back the same. Then the red moon rose and the black hill slammed for the bloodline of the damned. Bloodline of the damned, fire in the sand, born with a curse and a gun in his hand. No chain, no prayer, no law, man. Hell knows the name of the bloodline of the damned. He rode to town with his father's coat and a dead man's letter in his throat. The sheriff said, boy, turn around. He said, your sins are buried under this ground. The banker ran, the judge went pale, the chapel shook like a coffin nail. He said, I ain't the first that your lies have killed, but I'll be the last one standing still. The lanterns died, the floorboards moaned, the devil scratched at the undertone, and every coward in that lawless land fear the bloodline of the damned. Bloodline of the damned, fire in the sand, born with a curse and a gun in his hand. No chain, no prayer, no law, man. Hell knows the name of the bloodline of the damned. My father died with truth in his mouth. My mother lived with grief in her bones. They called us cursed, they called us damned, but sometimes the damned are just the ones who won't kneel. Father's blood, mother's flame, I carried both inside my name. And a gun in his hand. No chain, no prayer, no law of man. Hell knows the name of the bloodline of the damned. Bloodline of the damned. Bloodline of the damned. Smoke on the plains. Smoke on the plains. One last outlaw, breaking every chain. When the red dust rises and the black hills stand, the west still whispers, bloodline of the damned. Black Creek bends with a rope, 3 lies and 4 false friends. The river ran cold to the midnight hour, then the whole damn stream turned red with power. A hand broke through where the water boiled, with grave mud thick and a soul unspoiled. The moon went blind, the cattails shook, and the devil closed his ledger book. They thought the water washed him clean, thought no dead man could haunt that scene. But the bank split wide and the bridge got higher when the river turned to fire. The river turned to fire when the outlaw rose, with smoke in his breath and hell in his clothes. No flood could drown him, no grave cut deeper. The west started burning when the river turned to fire. Walked to town with the water steaming. Every guilty man started dreaming. The sheriff said, I saw him die, but his voice cracked dry as the desert sky. He said, you let that river take my name, then toasted loud to a coward's game. Now every drop that touched my skin has come back burning for your sin. The ferry sank, the mill wheel stopped, the church bell fell from the steeple top, and far below where the dead men tire, the river kept rolling fire. The river turned to fire when the outlaw rose, with smoke in his breath and hell in his clothes. blood took my face, but it couldn't take the rage they left in that place. So I learned to breathe flame underneath the flood, and I came back rising through fire and blood. Black water screaming, red banks higher. I came back alive when the river turned to fire. And the guilty learn why. Guilty learn why. Some men don't drown, they come back from the sky. If you cross that bridge when the black waters rise, don't look down below. That river still burns alive. Whiskey for the wicked at the end of Dead Man's Creek, where the floorboards talking riddles and the guilty never speak. He walked in wearing black dust with a scar across his grin, said pour one for the living and three for dead men's sin. The bartender knew his shadow, the gamblers knew his flame, the devil in the corner would not look him in the face. Whiskey for the wicked, fire for the damned, blood on the bar top, judgment in his hand. He don't drink for mercy, he don't toast the grave. Whiskey for the wicked, and hell better behave. The judge buried the truth. The sheriff sold his pistol for a sinner's polished boot. But that outlaw kept the ledger in the burn marks on his skin. Every name that did him wrong was carved somewhere within. The mirror cracked behind him, the church clock missed a chime. He said, I've come to settle what you borrowed from my life. Whiskey for the wicked, fire for the damned, blood on the bar top, judgment in his hand. He don't drink from mercy, he don't toast the grave. Whiskey for the wicked, and hell better behave. I ain't here for forgiveness, I ain't here for gold. I came for every coward who left my blood cold. So pour that bottle slow, let the wicked taste it first. Tonight the truth is thirsty, and judgment's got a thirst. Raise that glass, say my name. The wicked drink fire when the dead man came. The grave. Whiskey for the wicked, and hell better behave. Whiskey for the wicked, smoke in every glass. One shot for the future, two shots for the past. When the last glass shatters and the saloon lights die, the wicked meet the bottle with the outlaw standing by. With a sheriff's lie and a preacher's cross, the widow screamed, the wind went dry, and the sun turned black in the western sky. 6 bad men put dirt on top, then rode away before the graveyard stopped. But under that ground something woke, with a growl like fire and a mouth full of smoke. The coffin cracked when the lightning came. Every nail screamed out his name. Then the town heard a sound from the ground way under, like a coffin full of thunder. Coffin full of thunder, grave full of flame. Dead man rising with a debt to claim. Hell tried to take him, but hell went under. You can't keep down a coffin full of thunder. He walked through town with a shadow wide, black dirt falling from his coat outside. The gamblers froze, the whiskey spilled, and every guilty man went still. He said, you dug me deep, but not deep enough. You prayed real loud, but your prayers got stuck. Now I'm back where the sinners hide, with the storm I brought from the other side. The jailhouse shook, the gallows bent, the devil asked where his outlaw went, and the sky split wide with a roar and a shudder from a coffin full of thunder. Coffin full of thunder, grave full of flame, dead man rising with a debt to claim. Hell tried to take him, but hell went under. You can't keep down a coffin full of thunder. I heard the dirt fall, I heard the prayers fade, I heard the cowards laughing at the grave they made. But death ain't final when vengeance still breathes, so I kicked through the darkness and brought the storm with me. Wood split wide, nails gave way, I came back storming from Judgment Day. Shadow with a burning name. When the storm rolls west and the church bells break, don't sleep too close to a dead man's grave. Cross, so there's one more sinner lost. The red dirt on his broken chest, then rode back home like men at rest. But the ground got hot when the midnight came, and the stone cracked wide around his name. A black crow screamed from the chapel frame, like hell itself had lost the game. The preacher whispered, Lord, have mercy. The sheriff reached for his gun too late. Then a boot hit dirt from 6 feet under, and the devil locked his gate. Hell couldn't hold his name, fire couldn't own his soul. He came back meaner than thunder, with a heart made out of coal. No grave, no chain, no sinner's flame. The devil bowed his head in shame. Hell preacher's stare, smoke in his coat and blood in his hair. The men sold him for a sack of gold, felt their prayers turn dead and cold. He said, I ain't here to beg or bleed, I'm here to collect what belongs to me. You buried a man, but you raised a storm. Now every liar here gets warned. The window shook, the bar lights died, the whiskey burned and the cowards cried. When he carved his truth in the courthouse frame, the West remembered his name. Hell couldn't hold his name, fire couldn't own his soul. He came back meaner than thunder, with a heart made out of coal. No grave, no chain, no sinner's flame. The devil bowed his head in shame. Hell couldn't hold his name. I heard them laughing when the dirt fell, I heard every lie they told. But down there in the dark, something older than fear woke up. And when hell asked for my name, I gave it theirs. I rose with smoke, I came with blame. I burned through death and kept my name. A curse in the canyon, a shadow wrapped in flame, a dead man walking westward with judgment in his veins. When the desert wind starts screaming and the chapel bells complain, don't speak too loud after midnight. Hell couldn't hold his name. Gravedigger ran when the dirt moved slow, dropped a shovel by a cross of bone. There was thunder down under that pine wood lid, and the night turned cold when the coffin split. They had carved his name with a crooked knife, said he paid the price for a wicked life. But the ground don't keep what the fire still claims, and the dead man rose with a mouth full of flames. The preacher screamed to get back below, but the outlaw laughed in the lantern glow. Then the black wind came and the church bell slammed, and the gravedigger ran. The gravedigger ran when the dead man stood with fire in his eyes and revenge in his blood. own. I'm here for the debt that you call your own. You put my bones where the worms could crawl. Now I brought judgment for you all. The courthouse shook, the windows cried. Every liar looked for a place to hide. But down that street with a black hat brim, the grave came walking back with him. The grave digger ran when the dead man stood, with fire in his eyes and revenge in his blood. No prayer, no chain, no righteous hand. Hell held its breath when the grave digger ran. I ain't the ghost they warned you about. I'm the debt they buried wrong. I'm the bootstep in the hallway. I'm the last note in the center song. You should have dug deeper. You should have prayed longer. You should have feared the quiet before I came back stronger. Dirt in my teeth, smoke in my hand. I rose from the pit, and the grave digger ran. Chapel flame, past the broken bell that screamed his name. If you dig by moonlight, where the cursed winds blow, don't bury a man that hell won't hold. Rattlesnake cross and a bullet nearby. The vultures circled, but they would not land. Like they knew damn well he was more than a man. He came from nowhere with the sun burned black, a rope on his shoulder and a knife in his back. 3 men swore they had put him down, but 3 graves opened on the edge of town. The preacher said, son, let your sins wash away. He said, save your water, dust, don't pray. Then the floorboards cracked and the lantern swayed. When he spoke those words no saint would say. Dust, don't pray. Fire, don't kneel. Dead men rise when the curse gets real. He walked through smoke, he came through flame. He'll set his name, but dust don't pray. With a coffin grin, said, I heard there's a dead I'm still living in. The banker froze and the sheriff turned white when the outlaw stepped through the door that night. He said, you sold my land and you stole my blood, then buried the truth in the red clay mud. Now the dirt's come knocking with a loaded hand, and the last prayer left is where I stand. The church bell screamed, the dogs ran low, the sky split wide with a copper glow, and the devil watched from a mile away, 'cause even he knew that dust don't pray. Dust don't pray. Fire don't kneel. Dead men rise when the curse gets real. He walked through smoke, he came through flame. Hell said his name, but dust don't play. I was made from hunger, I was raised by heat. I learned God's voice from dirt under my feet. So don't ask me for mercy when you never gave mine. I came back from the grave to collect what's divine. Ash to ash, dead to dead. I ain't forgiven, and I don't forget. When the curse gets real, he walked through smoke, he came through flame. Hell said his name, but dust don't pray. Dust don't pray, blood don't lie, the guilty shake. When the dead walk by, he carved his truth in the judgment clay. The devil backed down, 'cause dust don't pray. The wind turns black and the church doors sway. Lock up your sins, 'cause dust don't pray. Death knock at a sinner's door. The whole room froze when he stepped inside, with a burned black coat and a dead man's stride. He had smoke in his lungs and a scar on his jaw, a Bible verse and a broken law. The bartender whispered, "Lord, he's back," and the candles died down to black. They put him down by the canyon wall, swore no man could rise from that fall. But the grave shook loose and the dirt split wide when his rusted spurs came alive. Rusted spurs at midnight, fire walking through the dust. Dead men don't come easy, but vengeance always does. He don't beg, he don't bleed, he don't run from a fight. Hell heard him coming with rusted spurs at midnight. The sheriff reached for a trembling gun, said, "Boy, your living days are done." The outlaw smiled with a graveyard grin, said, "I died once, I won't die again." The floorboards cracked under every step, the guilty men held their final breath. He said, "You buried truth beneath red clay, now I'm here to drag it back today." The moon went low, the coyotes cried, the devil watched with bloodshot eyes, and through the smoke of a barroom fight came rusted spurs at midnight. Rusted spurs at midnight, fire walking through the dust. Dead men don't come easy, but vengeance always does. He don't beg, he don't bleed, he don't run from a fight. Hell heard him coming with rusted spurs at midnight. I heard the dirt close over me, I heard them laugh above my grave. But the West don't forget blood, and the dead don't forgive cowards. So I sharpened my name in the dark and walked back wearing thunder. No cross could save them, no bell could hide. I came back walking from the other side. Rusted spurs at midnight, rusted spurs at midnight. Blood on the floor, one last shadow at the devil's door. When the saloon goes silent and the black lamps die, listen for the iron where dead men ride. sundown bled on the courthouse wall when the black hat rider came for all. His coat was torn, his hands were burned, and every guilty head slowly turned. They said he died where the canyon splits, with a bullet deep and a curse on his lips. But dust rose up from the western ground, and sinners ran from sundown. The preacher dropped his silver cross, the sheriff felt his courage lost. Then the wind cried low through a ghost town sound, and sinners ran from sundown. Sinners ran from sundown. Fire chased the sky. The dead man came walking with hell in his eye. No prayer could save them, no law stood proud. The devil looked west when sinners ran from sundown. He kicked the door of the judge's room with a thunder step and a mouth of doom. Said, you sold my blood for a clean white lie. Now truth rides back and it don't ask why. The banker cried with his Bible close. The mayor hid where the black smoke rose. But every sin that they buried deep woke up hungry from a dead man's sleep. The bar lights cracked, the gallows swayed, the righteous begged and the wicked prayed. But no one hid when the gun smoke crowned the reason sinners ran from sundown. Sinners ran from sundown. Fire chased the sky. The dead man came walking with hell in his eye. No prayer could save them, no law stood proud. The devil looked west when sinners ran from sundown. I never asked to be feared, I asked for truth. They gave me a grave, they gave me rope, they gave me silence. So I came back loud enough for every sinner to hear my boots. Red sky burning, black dust crown. I rose with the sun, and they all ran down. Sundown, past the chapel flame, but judgment rode faster and called every name. When the red light falls on a lawless town, count your sins quick, sinners run from sundown. The sheriff saw his grave at dawn, a black hole wide where the dirt was gone. The wooden cross laid split in two, and the wind said, he's coming for you. He'd signed the paper, tied the rope, watched that outlaw choke on hope. But now the ground stood open wide, and the dead man's boots were not inside. The sheriff ran to the courthouse bell, but the bell rang back like a sound from hell. Then a voice rolled low through the morning haze. The sheriff saw his grave. The sheriff saw his grave and his courage fell. The man he buried came walking out of hell. No badge, no gun, no law could save. Truth came rising when the sheriff saw his grave. By noon the town had shut its doors. Whiskey spilled on the saloon floor. The judge had packed a silver lies, but fear was standing in his eyes. The outlaw came with a dead man's grin, said, you boys done fed the fire within. You called me guilty, you called me slave. Now watch me bury what you gave. The jailhouse shook, the windows cried. The sheriff's shadow tried to hide, but every road and every flame led back to that empty grave. The sheriff saw his grave and his courage fell. The man he buried came walking out of hell. No badge, no gun, no law could save. Truth came rising when the sheriff saw his grave. You put me under with your clean little eye. You watched my mother beg the western sky. But dirt remembers, blood don't behave, and I came back breathing from the hole you made. Badge turned black, rope came loose. Dead men rise when they know the truth. assassin when the sheriff saw his grave. The sheriff saw his grave with the cross split wide, and every lie he carried crawled back inside. When the grave stands empty and the black winds wave, there ain't no running from the debt you gave. Came down from the Black Hill Road with a torn black coat and a heavy load. A Bible cracked in his left hand, a pistol carved from judgment sand. The town went still when he crossed that line, with hellfire burning in both his eyes. He tipped his hat at the chapel door, said, "I ain't your preacher anymore." They nailed his name to a sinner's wall, said he was dead, said he lost it all. But the grave kicked back and the thunder split when the preacher came walking with a pistol grip. He's a preacher with a pistol, the sermon in his hand. He came back from the fire to judge a wicked land. Save you, no law can stand. When the preacher with a pistol comes walking through the sand. The banker hid behind a seated desk, with blood and money tucked inside his vest. The sheriff reached for a holy line, but his shaking hand couldn't draw in time. He said, "You sold poor souls for a silver chain, called it God while you fed the flame. Now every dead that you buried deep is crawling out where the dead don't sleep." The candles died, the choir rang, the devil laughed, then changed his plan. 'Cause the west got cold and the sinners whistled when they saw that preacher with a pistol. He's the preacher with a pistol, the sermon in his hand. He came back from the fire to judge a wicked land. No hymn can save you, no law can stand. When the preacher with a pistol comes walking through the sand. I buried my mercy where they buried my name. I left my forgiveness in the teeth of the flame. Now I don't preach heaven, I don't promise grace. I bring the truth loaded, and I aim it at your face. No white robe, no saving bell, just one black coat back from from hell. Comes walking through the sand. He's smoking the steeple, a curse in the bell, a dead man's gospel, dragged straight out of hell. When the church doors rattle and the black winds whistle, say your last prayer to the preacher with a pistol. Under a red moon, with a dead man's grin and a preacher's tune. Spurs rang loud on the canyon stone, like death had finally found its own. He had ash on his coat and fire in his eyes, a mouth full of truth and a fist full of lies. The coyotes cried when he crossed that line, and the devil checked the hour like he was running out of time. They said he burned in the valley below, where no grass lives and no clean winds blow. But the hoofbeats came like a funeral drum, and every sinner knew what was coming on. Black horse, red moon, riding straight through a dead saloon. Fire in his hands, dust in his lungs. Hell got quiet when the outlaw come. Black horse, red moon, no grave, no chain, no mercy soon. If you hear those boots, you best make room for the black horse under the red moon. Bartender whispered that man ain't real, then dropped his glass when he heard the steel. The piano died in the middle of a note when the outlaw stepped in wearing death like a coat. He said, I ain't looking for trouble tonight, I'm just collecting what was stolen in the light. A man can forgive what a coward confesses, but blood still answers when the whole town blesses. The windows shook, the whiskey ran, the sheriff forgot he was a brave old man. And out in the dark, where the hell winds bloom, stood a black horse under a red moon. Black horse, red moon, riding straight through a dead saloon. Fire in his hands, dust in his lungs. Hell got quiet when the outlaw come. Black horse, red moon, no grave, no chain, no mercy soon. If you hear those boots, you best make room for the black horse places men don't name. I drank from smoke, I slept in flame. The devil said, "You're mine by right." I said, "Then ride with me tonight." No law behind me, no God in sight, just a red moon burning and a dead man's ride. He came from the fire, he came back too soon, on a black horse, under a red moon. When the desert turns silent, and the bar lights die, you'll hear that horse, where the damned men ride.